live and synced up with the group. And I also have this streaming into my private YouTube in case anyone is having any difficulties with the Facebook. But if all is well, we should be live. So I'm going to just do a little quick tech check and then I'm going to get started. So, perfect. All right. I can hear me on this end. So let me just confirm we are live in the Facebook group. Okay, we look good. We are live. So, welcome everyone. I will just say that content starts right around 50 seconds here. My name is Safrianna Lughna, and welcome to this VIP with the Alchemist's container. I know that you've already gotten some introductions and welcomes from many of us, and you heard from Jess this morning if you were tuned in live. And I'm just so excited and honored to be a part of this project. So, let's start with some introductions. My name is Safrianna Lughna, and I'm the Queer Spirit Guide. And I'm co-founder of Living Luna, which is a brand that's centered around uplifting the others of the world. So if you have ever felt othered in some way, we support you. We see you, and we want to validate you in the authenticity and alignment of who you truly are. That's what we're really about. So we are all about joy, curiosity, and compassion in our community, and really just creating a space where everyone can be themselves. So, a little bit about me and kind of how I came to this project. I'm going to get into that today, and I'm going to tell a little story, and then I'm going to do an energy activation for you today. So, I just want to give you a little heads up so that you can consent to continue, so you can carry on with this activity in full alignment and full knowledge of what I'm going to be getting into. So, if you have any questions, comments, etc., I'm just double checking. I look like I have my chat up. So if you are here, say hi. I'd love to engage with you if you're here live. That's part of the energy of being in this container. So again, a little bit more about me and how I kind of came to this project. So I am an ex-trauma therapist and an ex-public school educator. And I was an English major. I loved writing ever since I was in second grade, and I had my first physical paper, a book in my hand. I wanted to be an author. And I had a lot of trauma around writing, and I had to really untangle that. And I knew more than anything I wanted to be this published author, but again, there was so much trauma that had to be unpacked before that could ever become a reality because it was terrifying for me. And I had just started doing some work on my relationship with codependency and with, we're going to have live guests, my cats. I'm a cat mom. So, welcome to the show. I had been working through my codependency and working on using my voice after being in a stage of basically recovery from trauma. And then I met Jess. And it was just a series of tumbling events. I had joined a circle with the Rise Leadership community, Kayla Jetta and Lisa Lamato, beautiful people, absolutely just wonderful coaches. Hi, Deb, welcome. And then I met Jess. Jess had gone to the same event as me, and we wound up like following each other on Facebook. And I saw that she was doing a book project called Raising Wild Ones. And I remember, so I am an angel mom. I have a daughter in heaven or in the astral, however you view that. And I had the soul call to be a part of this book about raising children. And I was like, oh, I don't have kids, right? I had this social narrative. I don't have kids, so why would I want to be in this book? Or why would I deserve to be in this book? And Jess welcomed me in and saw my vision as so valid. And I was able to write a chapter in that book, which was all about how we are our own unique garden. And that process of getting in that book was so hard. I remember just daily like panic attacks and I can't do this and can I say that and who's going to listen to me and this and that. And, I had to go through all that energetic work. And suddenly, welcome, Mary. Suddenly, Jess was there, and she was holding this beautiful container for me to be in all of the feelings through the writing process in a way that I didn't know I needed. And I just felt in that moment, Jess is my soul publisher. And I've told her that ever since. She is the publisher of my soul. She is the one that I have chosen to have this contract with to continue sharing my story with the world. And that is why I signed on for Soul Alchemy as well, because oh my gosh, when I saw this cover design to me in of itself was a beautiful light code. It was a visual ascension code in of itself. There is so much beauty and art and thoughtfulness in this cover design. And I knew in my soul, I was like, I'm in that book. And I sure am. So a little bit of story time, y'all. So again, this is not my first book project now. I've worked with Jess. This is actually my fourth book project now, and I'm going to be publishing some solo works later this year. But when I got the advanced copy of this book, this is our fun little story time. So first of all, beginning of this year, I went to church and picked my word for the year, which was shine. And shine has been my word. It's been the thing that I've been focusing on because, again, like I said, and I talk about this in my chapter in the book, I really struggled to use my voice. I'd experienced so much trauma. I was so small. I was so used to being small. So when shine became my word of the year, where my codependency is finally like in a healed enough state to be functional and fully me, shine has continued. So I made this vision board with my word. And so I'm like, okay, this is my third showing my shine off in the world. I had literally shown this. It was one of the first vision boards and collages that I actually publicly showcased. And then this book, where I am shining out loud, friends, because lo and behold, I got the advanced copy and it's really fun. I can't wait to get the next copy. Jess and I talked about this. It was hilarious. And I was just like, okay, divine design, I'm accepting it. So here is the book. And here is the table of contents. Here's my chapter. And I know it's really hard to see on here, but you can kind of see the shapes of the letters. And you can see that everyone else's name is regular, all normal capitalization. And then hello, here I am in all capital letters, shining out loud. So I couldn't help but laugh. And Jess and I, like, programs are finicky. Technology gets weird around me and will not work. That's been a thing since I was a kid. And I always slow technology down. The publisher tried to fix this for hours. And the program would not accept it. She could not do anything to make me not be in capital letters, at least in one of the copies. So we'll see if anything wiggly happens in the ether to make this all come together. But you know what? I'm just accepting that it's my time to shine, and not shining over anyone else in this book, but accepting for me my difference. Because if I had been, even a year ago, looking at my name standing out in this, not that it's standing out in a bad way, it's not competing, nothing like that. It's just an accidental standing out. And a year ago, I would have been embarrassed and I would have been ashamed and I would have thought that I had done something wrong, because how dare I show up differently? And now I'm accepting it. So here I am. I'm showing up differently, and that's me. And that is why I am the queer spirit guide, because queer, yeah, means LGBTQ. I'm not. And it also means different, right? It was this social word that has been used for many generations, sometimes derogatorily, to accuse someone of being different. And there's nothing wrong with being different. We're all different. There is no one size fits all. And so that is what I want to activate with you today. And what I want to bring to you today is your ability to shine uniquely. So I'm going to tune into some energy work here momentarily. But I want to give you a little preview of the chapter and invite you to the upcoming experience. So on Friday, I will be hosting one of my portal experiences in this group. And I would love for you to be there if you can make it, because there will be a super exclusive offer for how to work with butterfly medicine with me in the coming months. it was going to be a very powerful energy activation of you beginning your own butterfly journey or tuning into where you're at in it. And it's just, I mean, I love my portal experiences. They are probably my favorite part of having stepped into my new career. Just these delicious drop-ins of energy. It's 11:11 my time, friends. So my chapter is called Becoming the Butterfly, and I am planning to read my chapter live in my Facebook group, my personal Facebook group, either later today or tomorrow. So if you would like to be a part of that group, let me know. And otherwise, it'll be up on YouTube in a little while. But my chapter is called Becoming the Butterfly, and I offer you channel downloads from butterfly medicine. I offer you personal experiences that I have gone through, and this chapter represents me stepping into a place with my trauma that is empowered and sees it as a part of my story, not in this negative, I'm broken way, but in a, this is how I became my butterfly self way. And that's what I want for everyone. I want for everyone to really recognize that there is a point in which we've done all of the initial work to grow out of being trapped in the darkness, right? We've sort of had at least one chrysalis phase and emerged from the darkness. And that is the point in which I feel like we transition between a constant state of trying to heal to healed and healing. And I talk a little bit about this in the chapter, but it's really this idea that we're always going to be healing, but when we are healed, it's this constant knowing that we're okay, that where we're at and who we are and what we are and how we be in the world is okay. And that means the full spectrum of our emotions, the full spectrum of our experiences. So I hope you will receive the wisdom from this chapter. I just noticed my chapter is on page 44 in the print book, and 44 is my favorite and lucky number. So that's really fun. It's been a real fun synchronous time. Last night I did a really beautiful releasing ritual with the moon that was just deliciously timed. And I feel so primed and fresh today to offer this activation to you. So I'm going to invite you to go ahead if you would like to receive this. And if you have a notebook that you would like to dump or reflect thoughts in afterwards, feel free to grab that right now. We're going to take a moment to set an intention, and then we will drop into the experience, and then we'll have some moments to reflect afterwards. But one thing that is true to the core of all of the work that I do in the world is making sure that you know to receive it in the way that is right for you. Even if I'm suggesting something, if it doesn't feel authentic to yourself, leave it. It's not for you, and that is totally okay. I'm not offended by that. So if you want to receive this activation dancing, go for it. If you want to have your eyes open the whole time and be drawing or writing, go for it. Receive this in the way that is authentic to you. What I do want to say before I begin is that one of my recent ascension upgrades was light language coming through. And I never know if light language is going to download, but I've realized coming from the background that I do, I try to be very trauma informed, and being trauma informed just means letting people know what to expect, because you never know what someone else's experience might make them feel overwhelmed or spooked by something. So light language, it's nothing crazy, I promise. It is a type of code that is channeled through the power of the voice that may come out as sounds, syllables, literally just sounds that are transmuting information that does not require understandable words. It bypasses the ego and the thinking to receive the energy, is basically the vibration of the sound. So that's kind of the way I see light language that is spoken or verbalized. So that may happen. So if you hear me suddenly speaking in what sounds like a different language, please do not be shocked or surprised. It is simply allow yourself, or don't receive it, whatever's right for you, but you may want to just allow yourself to receive the sounds because they're bringing healing through. And you can trust the egoic words that I am sharing are in the same vein or flavor of those syllables or sounds. So Hopefully you've got your notebook, pen, anything else that you might have wanted to grab. I'm obsessed with my big box of Sharpies. This is part of who I am. Love my Sharpies. So I've got them. I have my notebook. I always receive these right alongside you. So I'm going to get my paper ready in case I need to write anything down during this. Got my journal open. I'm going to go ahead and clear. So you can receive this clearing knowing that I am only clearing what you consent to, and that everything else can go. So just giving yourself permission to clear what no longer serves. So you might be aware of something energetically right now that is no longer serving you, that might already be right at the forefront of your mind. Either way, just breathing in this permission to let go, to surrender to the knowing of this next chapter of your life, that it begins here in this moment, because the next chapter is always beginning. It's always beginning anew in every moment. So choosing here now what you are releasing, choosing here now to just drop the shoulders, if that feels good, allowing the breath to lower in the body wherever's comfortable for you, allowing it to sink towards the bottom of your stomach. Releasing what no longer serves. Releasing from the collective everything ready to go. Releasing that which weighs us down, holds us back, and keeps us from shining our light authentically and out of a place of alignment. Releasing. Allowing each exhale to let go that little bit more. I'm working with mugwort here. This sacred herb and I have been working together strongly over this last week, and mugwort offers their wisdom and their healing and their clearing to anyone who would like to receive it at this time. So know that mugwort spirit is there with you if you wish to call it in, and there's no right or wrong here. You are welcome to call in your own sovereign sacred team at this time, whoever you work with. God, Goddess, Jesus, angels, ancestors, guardians, guides, animals, whomever you work with, welcome here in this space in your highest alignment. So welcoming in that team. Let's just take some moments to accept the alignment of the now. Knowing that here and now, there is nothing else to do and nowhere else to be, but in yourself, in this moment of activation, and breathe that in. Here and now, you are entirely in the seat of your power. When you can tune in to body, mind, energy, and spirit all at once, you can feel the alignment of the now. So if you want to write down or set any intention at this point, please feel free to. And I'm going to take a sip of my tea and prepare to begin an activation. So you might want to just find yourself comfortable at this point, just sort of, you're welcome to lay down, you're welcome to be seated, however you want to receive this energy activation. So now that you've released Again, an invitation to find yourself very comfortably in your body, either seated with a dignified posture or laying down in a comfortable way that supports your unique body needs. As we drop in, just dropping into the breath, feeling the aliveness of the breath body. And just allowing yourself to drift consciously to your heart space. And we're going to sense into the heart space here for a few moments to see if this is where you shine your light from. Maybe you shine your light from your solar plexus, so maybe tune into that. And that is the belly area. Maybe you shine your light from your third eye. Maybe it's from your throat, your high heart. Maybe it's from the center of your back, like wind bursting out. That's how my light shines as a natural third eye. Just noticing internally where your light comes from. You have this little light in there somewhere. It might look like a little flickering flame or a light bulb, or it might be a bright beacon. It might be a roaring inferno. Just sort of noticing when I ask you to look for your light, what comes up for you? I notice my light. Like I said, it's the center of my shoulder blades, out towards the front of my heart, and the light expands as I begin to focus on it, beginning to strengthen and radiate out into the rest of my field. However you're seeing this is totally fine for you. But what we're going to begin to do here as we activate this energy, I want you to keep coming back to this light and notice what it's doing. So as we begin to receive this channeled activation, we're going to remember to put our focus on our light first. And my words as a background. No right or wrong here. Finding your light, allowing yourself to focus on it, and open to receive, knowing that you are supported and safe, surrounded by your own cosmic divine team, your higher self present, yourself, your observer, all energy here present in this moment. We call in all versions of you across all timelines, across all dimensions, calling back all energy here and now to you that is yours, allowing this energy to return to the center of your light so that your light can shine in alignment and authentic to you. Whether your light is a pleasant little lamp with a shade that allows a soft glimmer to come through, gently gracing the eyes of anyone who has the pleasure and the privilege of sitting with you in your gentleness, that light's okay. And whether your light looks like a giant roaring sun, so bright that it could power 1,000 worlds, that's okay too. All light is welcome here. Whatever your light is welcome here. The most important thing for you to do and remember here is that your light deserves to shine. And you are a grace and a gift to everyone's life who you illuminate. On the lock. Shining this light, shining, 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 allowing it to pour through. Allowing your light to shine however it authentically looks, radiating out from whatever center of your physical body is your seat of power, allowing yourself to be seen in the fullness of who you are, allowing yourself to be open, allowing yourself to receive, allowing both hands open wide to receive the blessings of the light that you are and the light that keeps giving. Just like light is required to allow plants to grow, so that we can harvest beautiful crops, so that we can fill our families' tables with delicious food. Our light, radiating outward, feeds and fuels all who we touch. Our gifts are our light. Our values are our light. We are a blessing to each person that we grace. So may we receive that, and may we know that so deeply and so beyond a shadow of a doubt that we are the light. And may we remember that it is the light that allows us to see the shadow, and the shadow that contrasts the light. And this beautiful dance is important, so don't discount it. Receiving the dance and shadow, receiving the activation of your light and shadow being able to dance, being able to dance freely. No good or bad, right or wrong, only information. And as you shine your light, you illuminate shadows that are ready to be brought forth, that are ready to be activated, that are ready to be healed and transmuted and alchemized into something absolutely wonderful and unexpected beyond your wildest imagination. Undergoing the soul alchemy here that allows you to shine your light, even from a seat of shadow, allowing you to project your light out into the world, allowing you to project your light out into the world without need of projecting the shadow, knowing that the shadow can be sat with, knowing that the shadow can be illuminated, knowing that the shadow can be received in a community of support and love and light. We are not discounting the shadows. We are not trying to get rid of the shadows. We are simply renegotiating a relationship with them so that we can shine our light and continue to shine it alongside fear, alongside disappointment, alongside shame, alongside all of those emotions that we get scared of having and want to avoid. Ooh. Feeling the throat activation here of the desire to avoid the shadow. And I am receiving that it is so important that we remember to really receive, for those of you who are feeling right now that stickiness of the shadow. I don't want to look at that. I want to turn away. That is so uncomfortable. It's so unfair. It's so unjust. I want you to hear that you do not have to turn away from it. You can turn towards it and embrace it and shine your light there too. Your light, your true inner power, your soul's light is strong enough, powerful enough, resilient enough to shine beyond all the limiting beliefs and thoughts that the parts of you hold when they're hiding in the shadows. Receiving this. Giving yourself some moments to land here. If you are familiar with breath work and you know how to do a lock, I invite you to go ahead and lock down the breath to seal in this energy. If you're not familiar with that form of breath work, it's totally fine. You can bring your hands gently to your collarbones if you'd like, or however you'd like to integrate these new downloads, this new energy, allowing this activation to begin to install in the body, however it's coming through for you. I see your light, and I want you to know that there are those of us who carry the light that are constantly on the bridge looking for you, seeking those of you who are ready to cross over into the knowing that you have this light within you. So there is an energetic offering of a hand. It is my hand. It is all of our astral teams, our divine team's hands, standing on this bridge where you are on the side of what you perceive your life to be right now, what you perceive to be possible prior to this moment. And these hands are reaching out to you. We are reaching out to you from this bridge, because on the other side of this bridge is the land of your wildest dreams, a light where everything that you want to make possible can happen, a place where you are allowed to live in alignment and authenticity with who you are. So if you would like to cross this bridge and accept that you're allowed to be who you are, maybe you're not ready to run full onto the island and go about screaming your authenticity to the rooftops. Maybe you're just ready to come over to the edge, to step your toe on the green grass and see that it's possible for you to love you and to shine your light. That is what I want for you. And that's me speaking here as Safrianna, as the person, as the woman, as the queer individual who has walked the path that I have walked for the last 33 years to heal from egregious traumas and abuses that should never happen to anyone, but still come back to power. That's what I want for you. Not in a bypassy way. Not in a, I need to trauma dump at everyone way. But in a, I know where to go to support myself. And I know that I have a team aligned with my highest good kind of way. We are here and we are offering our hands. At this point, I invite you to very, very gently, if you've not already done so, begin to come back fully to the body. So you might wiggle your fingers and toes, you might blink the eyes open. And a really strong recommendation here to just look around your space. Really take it in. This is an actual trauma technique to remind your body that you're safe. And so even though we usually feel pretty safe when we come out of meditation, I still really like to anchor back into the environment because sometimes stuff comes up. So that is a great tool for you to use. Slow 360 degrees, looking around, moving your head with your eyes, because that signals to your nervous system that you're not running from a tiger. And that's why we have these responses that we do. So coming back in, friends. Oh, man. So I never know what's going to come through during these. It's always a delight. And I see Shauna left a comment here. Breathing in healthy and love, breathing out sickness and others' jealousy. Beautiful. And she said, bright indigo light is above my diaphragm. I love that. So your light is beautiful indigo. Yeah, my light is red and orange and vibrant and bright. And that's me. I'm actually a bright, sparkly freaking unicorn. and I love living life out loud, and I love shining, and I love pleasure, and I love writing, and I love cats, and I love plants, and I'm not going to stay quiet about what I love anymore. That was 33 years. And whatever, again, this was meant for you to shine your light in whatever it looks like. You don't have to be the most. People like me, my friend Kayla, several other people I know that are in my circles, we love to be the most, right? We love to be glittery and shiny and like really out there in our lives because that's how we feel good when we're really in our alignment, not in a, again, not in a comparison way, not in a jealousy way. I love people's energy. Their light is like, it's like a little firefly, right? It's magical. It's that little glimmer. And that light shining too is just as beautiful and just as important and just as bright to me. So I want you to really feel that authenticity of who you are and go with that. So that is what I had for you today, my friends. If you liked this, if this was powerful for you, I have several places I would love to invite you. One is our Discord server, and if you're not familiar with Discord yet, we have a community guide right inside that you can use. I'm posting that comment link right now in the video. So Discord is a social platform similar to Facebook, but it's kind of like AIM from back in the day if you were like me and you were a nerd and you were on there all the time. And we have a community for Living Luna there that is, again, it's all about uplifting the others. So we just have a good time in the server and we uplift each other during hard times. We post memes, there's daily discussion prompts, and it is the number one best way to hang out with me. That is where I hang out. You are also welcome to go to livinglunas.com, and there's a social link right at the top with all of our Facebook pages, our YouTube, things like that. So I like to make it really simple. So again, that's livinglunas.com. And if you want to go right to the socials page, it's just livinglunas.com/socials, I believe. You might be better off going to livinglunas.com. But please check out what we do because we'd love to have you if you're a person who is looking to have more joy, curiosity, and compassion in your world and are looking for a space where you can be yourself in that authentic alignment, not necessarily in a coming into trauma dump or pain dump or escape, but to truly just be with who you are and be seen in your life. So I'd love to have you there. And again, I would also love to invite you to Friday's experience. I will be going live twice on Friday. First in the morning, I'll be doing some collective readings and updates and just kind of sharing what's coming through for me with my Friday flow. And then later in the day at 2 p.m. is the butterfly portal. So that will be where we're fully activating butterfly energy in us. Hopefully I'll have had an opportunity to read the chapter by then. Again, my chapter is chapter 3. And it is, oh, that's really fun actually. The fact that it's chapter 3 on page 44, 344 is one of my other lucky numbers. So I love that. I love the number magic coming through in here. And then I have one more invitation for you tonight. If you have never heard of Body of Nine and you are interested in being identified, there is an online identification event tonight, and I'm going to post a link in here. If you decide that you want to be identified and you want to be a part of my community in any way, or you just want to up level, I talk about this in the workbook. So my workbook is my chapter is the first in the workbook, which is breaking down your blueprint. And the number one tool I briefly mentioned in here is Body of Nine. It has been the blueprint tool that has hands down transformed my life the quickest. So I will, Shauna, I'm so glad that you are feeling the deep resonance. I can't wait to talk to you more in the Discord community. So I'm going to snag that link for you really quick so that you have it. In case you do want to attend that identification tonight, it's at 8 p.m. Eastern time. And again, it's just been an absolutely transformative on every single level of my life. I'm a natural number 9, and so is Jess, the publisher of this book. And my skill, my superpower, my talent is holding space for people. So if you want to figure out your numerical superpower. This is not numerology. It's not Enneagram. It is a physical-based system. So you do have to have a webcam that you can be seen on camera to attend the event, because our body-based experts need to be able to see how your body is moving in order to be able to assess your natural number. Because again, this is something that you are born with this online. So I'm going to post the link for that event here in the comments momentarily as I wrap up. So keep watching this for just a moment longer if you want that link. And otherwise, thank you so much for coming today to this. I hope to see you on Friday. And I would love to see how we can work together to continue transforming your life and you leveling up into your next level. So if you have any questions for me while I'm hanging out here, I still have a few minutes. I would love to answer any questions. I have the comments open right now. And otherwise, I hope to see you on Friday. Goodbye, beloveds. So I'm going to keep an eye on the comments here while we are getting that link. So Pamela asked, do you recommend the workbook or the regular book or both? So Pamela, if you can get the ebook copy today of the book, which is the regular Soul Alchemy, and that's the link we've been sharing, that would be great help for us so that we can move towards getting it into more people's hands. Basically, when we bump up on the lists, we get to the point where you get to be seen by so many more people, right? So if people are in this section of Amazon looking for a spiritual book, because of your support, people will see it more likely higher on the list. So here's that Body and Mind registration. So please grab the ebook copy if you can today. But I recommend at least grabbing the workbook paper, because it does have Kindle, like you can get it on Kindle, but then you'd be writing down everything by hand. I'll give you a sneak peek of my chapter. The workbook is available, like this book is in print, friends. You can get this anytime in the future. So if you don't have the funds today to grab the workbook, that's okay. However, what I will say is I'm going to be ordering copies of the book. All the authors we're going to have our own copies of the book if you would like to purchase a copy directly from us in person. Basically, the online sales, which again, we would like you to buy your ebook copy today for sure. But if you want to wait and get a copy in person or something, you can wait for one of the authors if you're local, or some of us might be selling them online with signed copies later. But if you want to get your own copy, you don't care about any of that, and you want a paper, get it today. Because one, Amazon's printing cost is going up soon, and two, it's the lowest price that you can get it today. So if you have the money to get the workshop or the workbook today, it's about $6 today, I think. Grab it, because this is gorgeous. Jess did such a good job. I'm like showing everyone the sneaky peek here. I don't know if I'm supposed to do this. It's fine. You can get it today if you really want to. So the Boone says I tried the ebook and it wouldn't let me buy it. So if this is really, really weird, friends, Amazon is super weird. I don't know why they did this, but they won't let you buy the Kindle copy through Kindle. You have to go on Amazon.com either on your phone, or if you have the Amazon app, I think, and like buy it on the computer. It's so weird. I don't know. That's nothing we have control over, unfortunately. It's just Amazon being very silly. Anyway, so the workbook has a little bit of writing, but it also has tons of space for you to fill in your own. So I recommend, if you're tactile like me and you want this, grab the physical copy if you can. So yeah, if you are having trouble with the ebook and getting that, please feel free to reach out, Boone, or like DM one of us, and we can try and get you a different link or help walk you through that, because I definitely would love for you to get your hands on this today. So let me paste this link also here. And I don't see any more questions coming through. So I am so glad you guys enjoyed this today. I I'm so honored to, have you here with me and a part of this launch. This has been my favorite project to date. I mean, just look at this gorgeous thing. So thank you so much, friends. I will be, again, I'm around for a little while today. I will be posting throughout the day stories about the book. If you want to follow my personal page, I will be posting this on my personal page, um, just talking about several of the things that have come through because of this book, because of this launch, and everything else. So if that interests you, I'd love to talk to you throughout the day. All right. For now, goodbye, friends. I will see you live for sure on Friday. I might pop in a time or two between now and then. We'll see. So until next time, it was so beautiful to meet many of you today and to be joined by some familiar people. And I will talk to you soon.